and welcome to Perils of the Warp. This is episode number 35. I am your host, Roman, and to my left,
I am the other host, John.
there you go, my co-host. But we also have the return of a tri-host or possibly guest.
I would say guest now.
All right,
It's a
you
guest.
want the guest title?
Yeah, because then if I'm like tri-host or like another co-host, then that's just, I don't know. I think it's too messy for this. But either way, everyone should know me. I'm Captain Frumpy McDumpy.
That's right. If you miss those dose tones, go to City, you'll get some more. But this is Grimworks Warhammer podcast. Talk about all that kind of shit. And before we get into the meat and potatoes of all our of this episode, I want to talk to you about something very, very special. This is an event that John is doing, and I'm helping him with it. I'm not the head of this, but I'm behind him. Like every good man, there's a woman behind him, or whatever the fuck.
I was going to say that one. Behind every good man is a strong,
independent
muscular,
black woman.
thick,
I am.
juicy woman.
I'm getting my gains by just losing weight.
Drukari woman, if you will.
Ooh, what kind of woman? Do you want to be a Drukari woman? Or you want to be like Solaneshi woman? You're more of a Earthcast Tau. You're thick.
I do like them blue.
Let me turn this off.
I would probably go with. Sisters of Silence. Badass. Or Sisters of. What is it? Adeptus Sororitas. I was part of that shit. The Battle Sisters of Battle. There you go. Whatever the fuck they're called.
Or like, it doesn't matter what kind of girl you are, as long as you're kinky.
I mean,
I'm still.
They try to fuck Space Marines, like on the regs.
A dry hump, a thick muscular thigh.
Yep. I mean, a thick muscular thigh might as well be a big muscular penis. You know what I mean? So, same thing.
Hell yeah.
But with that out of the way,
That went nowhere fast.
Yeah, some of that city podcast is leaking out.
Yeah, it always does. But John, why don't you tell them about the event that we're going to be running?
So, every year, Red Star Gaming does the Kill a Cans Canned Food Drive event to raise food for charity. And this year, I'm doing the whole planning and everything. And so, Grimdark Games, or rather the former Grimdark Games, now Heroes Retreat, kindly let us use their store for the day, which is going to be June the 22nd.
Yes.
And so I know we've already talked a little bit about it on previous podcasts. So you guys know what's going to happen on the 40K side. If you want 6 up funnel payment for a unit, you got to pay a certain amount of cans to get that ability. But as myself, Roman, and Mike Blanton were walking the room, we were realizing that we had more space than we thought.
Yes.
So not only are we going to have 40K, we're also going to have 30K.
Yes, which I will be running that little event. Again, it's just going to be kind of one table of 30K, just because I know that 30K is not as big as 40K.
Yeah.
So we're just going to limit it to one table. We do have our players kind of set up. It's going to be kind of a 3v3 kind of narrative where I am going to be in the middle of six men. It's not the first time that's happened.
Won't be the last.
Won't be the last. But yeah, the whole narrative, once we get it kind of narrowed in, with the help of Adam Baldwin.
Adam Baldwin.
Yeah, Adam Baldwin. He's helping us with kind of the lore. I kind of gave him a loose outline of what to kind of include in that, and he's gonna go ahead and do that because I am not a writer, and John's just too fucking busy. But yeah, 30K is already filled. But if this does go well, there could be some more
30K, yeah. Right now, me and Roman are very big on 30K, so if we can get more people out to play with us, obviously we're going to be doing more events for it in the future.
Oh, yeah.
Especially since you guys know I do the Mournival Weekly twice a year, so there's no reason not to keep doing things for 30K.
Yep.
And so we're gonna have 40K, 30K, as well as Age of Sigmar.
But thought you were gonna talk about kill teams.
And kill teams, fuck. Huh, damn.
Maybe keep all the sci-fi together. So
Yeah.
kill teams is gonna be it's gonna be run by
Caesar
Cesar
Alzaga.
Alzaga. He's going to run a few tables, right? About
Yeah,
4
5 tables,
Five tables.
which equates to 10 boards, which equates to 20 people.
So 20 people there, just to play kill teams. That sounds pretty badass. He is gonna have his. He's setting up the kind of canned food rules for that game. As soon as we get more information on that, of course we'll say it on here. Once everything gets finalized, you'll hear it here first, and then when the actual event happens, we'll give out all those sheets and all that
Yeah.
shit.
So, Age of Sigmar is going to be spearheaded by Mike Blanton.
Yes.
You guys have heard us say that name before. He is my counterpart in the leagues. He runs the AOS leagues, while I run the 40K leagues. So he is a big help. I get a lot of advice from him because he's been doing this kind of thing a lot longer.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's gonna do the can stuff for Age of Sigmar, and he also put out a challenge stating that even though Age of Sigmar has less tables to play than 40K, that he is going to bring more cans than any other game.
Ooh.
So I am very interested.
30K. You hear that shit? They're not even talking about us. What
Kill-
the fuck?
Kill teams, you got to bring some stuff too.
Yeah. So.
We all know we got a can of cream of corn just sitting in the back that you're not using.
Nobody
So
wants
you guys have already heard on previous episodes a little bit of what you're going to be able to do in 40K. Cesar Alvalga is drawing up kill teams' canned abilities as we speak. So one thing we do have ready to go is the 30K canned abilities.
Mm-hmm.
So if you, for 30K, Adam wanted it to be random. So I came up with these tables. If you are an Imperial player or an Imperial Space Marine player, you can roll on the Emperor Protects, which is a D6. You can pick infantry unit, a jump pack infantry unit, or a biker unit to apply this to. So 1 through 6, you get 1 is on a D6 roll, is +1 ballistic skill. 2 is move through cover. Which, oh my god, having to move to cover in 30K, I forgot that shit existed. It's terrible.
It's a big deal.
Yeah. 3 is a 5-up, feel no pain. 4 is run and shoot. 5 is fearless. And 6 is furious charge. The counterpart to that is D6 for unknown patronage, because, they don't know about the demons yet.
I mean, Lorgar does.
Yeah. So, 1 through 6 on a D6 roll, it is +1 weapon skill, stealth, 5-up feel no pain is the same for both of those, run and charge, fear, and rage. So they're kind of the mirror of each other.
Yeah.
If you are humans of any sort, which means either Mechanicum or they're not Astromelish Arm, what are they called?
Solar Auxilia?
Yeah, the Imperial Militia. So D6, Crusader, 6-up feel no pain, +1 to your armor save, reroll hit rolls of 1 with ranged weapons, reroll hit rolls of 1 in close combat, or Rampage. Rampage I threw in there. I thought it was a little, I thought it would be a little cool because usually units of militia or cults or Mechanicum, they'll outnumber 5-man or 10-man Marines, and Rampage only works if you outnumber the opponent.
Okay.
So next, just in case anybody wanted to play Demons of the Ruinstorm, we have Warp Tainted, another D6 roll. It's going to be Poisoned 3-up, +1 weapon skill, +1 armor save, declare 1 unit for preferred enemy, rage, or repel the enemy, but only when arriving from the Warp Rift. For vehicles, you can roll a D3. You'll either get +1 hull point, or cover at 25% instead of 50, or Power of the Machine Spirit. And if you are a monstrous creature, so either a Demon Lord or a Primarch, you will roll a D3. You can get a 5-up Feel No Pain, or if you already have Feel No Pain, you get It Will Not Die instead. On a 2, you can get the Gilliman 40k ability, basically. The first time that...
Reroll everything.
No, the first time that this model would die, roll a die on a 4-up, it...
get that regen thing?
Yeah, it comes back to life with D3 wounds.
The Celestine trick. Gotcha.
And then for 3 plus D3 close combat attacks, every combat phase that go away at the end of turn.
So plus D3 attacks?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
till the end of turn or next turn?
No, till the end of the turn.
Okay.
It'll only be during your active turn.
But if you can find a way to maybe fight twice,
Mm-hmm.
that'll be something to pay off. Alright, cool. So we know that those are your tables to roll off on
And
30k.
it costs 10 cans per roll. So
You heard them, folks. You want all that? You gotta... Now...
Go into your cupboards, the stuff you don't want to eat, give it to people that probably don't want to eat it.
Well, the thing is...
Beggars?
And anything helps.
It's true.
At that point, you know what I mean? Even, like, personally, not a huge fan of, like, canned green beans. But, fuck it. People like green beans. Go ahead and boom it.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why I'm doing this in June, typically this event is in November, but I mean, there's no reason why I can't do 2.
Yep.
So the reason why I'm doing it in June is
foreshadowing there.
The reason why we're doing this in June is because kids are going to be staying home from they don't have school anymore, and so that's 3 meals a day that a lot of parents are not going to be able to afford to feed these kids. So
yeah, that's a big thing, and I know you said it in the video. You know, we come from fucking poor families.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those things where.
Even poorer now that you took up the hobby.
Yeah, now that we fucking... Even as an adult, I'm still broke because of Warhammer. Especially fucking Heresy. God damn it.
Yeah.
I keep buying books on eBay just because they're fucking...
It's cheaper.
Dude, every time I turn around, you're buying something, and I'm like, calm down, John.
Yeah, alright. Is that it for the canned food drive?
That is it for the canned food drive. So, like I said, it's 10 cans per roll, and I know... initially, it can seem pretty steep. Like, what if you have 6 units of infantry that you want to buy these abilities for? That's 60 cans. And to that I say, it's for fucking charity, so quit being a cheap piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you go to HEB, a case of cans is not very expensive.
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even if you go to things that are on sale that day, there's
Get
fucking
those.
sales all the time. Just get those. It's for charity.
I work at HEB.
Get those-
I should start picking up cans.
Exactly.
Instead of buying it all at the last minute.
Those loco combos or whatever. What do they got?
Combo logos.
There you go, combo locos. There you go. All right, it's got it the other way. I'm sure you can do that. Hell, even if you don't got the money, just go to HEB, sneak a couple of cans.
Yeah.
You'll be the
Be a
Rob.
thief.
Yeah, you'll be the Robin Hood, stealing from a company to give to the poor,
Yeah.
and you
give-
benefit.
Yeah, and steal those cans and give them all to the charity.
Exactly.
I mean, don't just keep them for yourself.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy. Nobody likes that guy.
Perils of the Warp does not condone theft of any kind.
I mean, I condone a little bit, but
I'm a guest. I can say whatever I want.
Mark does not. What is it?
Mark cannot say what he wants.
Oh no! Mark does not reflect. His thoughts do not reflect the thoughts of the Perils and Grimworks Productions. But yeah, that's it for 30K. You were talking of my fucking shame about me buying shit, so might as well go into fucking hobby progress.
I think didn't I make a joke of that too?
Yeah,
When you were
probably.
buying something. You were buying something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I did crack a John joke at you.
Yes, for sure.
I buy a lot of things, guys.
Yeah.
He's our stick, our measuring stick of when you buy stuff.
Like I'm getting out of control. And to be honest with you, I am. But this was specific. It's heresy, first of all. And after this, like, I'm not gonna buy really much more than that because I have a lot of stuff already.
This week.
No, I don't think I'm gonna buy anything else. Unless eBay fucks me again.
Oh, trust it will.
It will.
There's deals every day, baby. There's always stuff that you can always use.
Because here's the thing. Like, I know I'm talking about buying a lot of stuff. I'll talk about actual painting later. So I just spent $140 on just Heresy stuff. Because it's stuff that I'm going to need for the event. It's like another Rhino kind of things like that. So I'm getting that through.
The Demos?
I'm sorry? Yeah, Demios. Yeah. Fuck. I don't fuck with those other Rhinos. Not when it's 30K. When it's 30K, it's fucking Demios or nothing.
Okay.
That's why I'm like, I don't even know if I want to use those fucking land speeders that I got. Just the regular old shitty land speeders.
You want the box ones?
Well, I have the box ones.
Okay.
I don't know if I should just use that or fucking get the 30K one, the Rogue Trader one, because when it's painted up, it looks really nice.
I just want some dangly leg land speed.
It doesn't make sense. They're dangly legged, and then the multi-melta is literally on top of their heads. They're just gonna fucking melt. It's like they fire once, and then they just fucking
crash.
They just go up in a ball of flame. But I did buy some Heresy stuff. Now, here's the thing, people. eBay's fucked me a couple of times. If I haven't told you already, I bid thinking I wasn't gonna get it on a Forge World Black Book for
So
Heresy.
you're blaming eBay for your...
Well,
Okay.
here's the thing. All right, I just saw a thing. I just saw like a little bid. I saw it only had one bid. It was within the price range. I thought, you know what? This is my max bid. It'll probably go higher just because it's a more valuable book. But my top bid, $60. All right. The book new is double that price.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's 112 or 112, 120, somewhere around that range. So I thought, you know what? Somebody's gonna outbid me. It's gonna be fine.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't fine. I fucking won it, and I was like, God damn it! And I won it for like less than the 60. So I was like, all right, fuck. I had that little jolt,
Fucking score.
and then I looked at my bank account. I was like, fuck. All right, hold on. I rearranged some shit. The same thing happened again with another Forge World book, although it was fantasy.
Oh.
It was the only Forge World fantasy book that they put out. It's called Tamaracon. Thinking, I've seen these fucking things go for $120. Just gonna put in a little max bid. $60.
You gotta stop at the 60, bro.
Well, apparently, because $60 just wins.
Go 50.
Yeah,
go 55.
maybe go like fucking $40. I won't fucking take it. But I put in 60, thinking, you know, it's already had a few bids on it. Like, I'm probably not gonna win this
Someone's going to snipe it at the last minute.
Exactly. Someone's gonna snipe it. But there's an old familiar tone. If you do buy anything from eBay on your phone, there's a specific tone that happens. And when it hit, I went, fuck! Because it was the only thing I bid on. So again, I looked at it. Yeah, I won. I don't have the money. So I fucking did some shenanigans. I got the money there. Now I have that book.
And hit arrest warrant.
And, hey, don't put that shit out there. But no, I got that. And the same thing with eBay. Although this most recent purchase was something that it was just too good a deal to pass up. You know when you see something that's just like, it's a good deal at a buy it now.
Okay.
It was a buy it now, and it was just too good a deal. It's Warhammer Fantasy. It's the Warriors of Chaos 8th edition army book. It was the 8th edition and the previous edition, the 7th edition, which I'm not going to play 7th edition, but I have a book now. I bought it. It was $20.
Okay.
So $20 for two books when I've seen...
price of fun.
Well, basically it's half price of the original 8th edition book. Because people are still selling it for $40 because they're out of print. You can't fucking get them. GW doesn't produce them anymore. So I was just like, well, I'll get two books at least. So there you go. Bought it now. I actually had the money this time. So I did buy that. But another thing I failed to exclude is while I was at Grimdark on Friday. Friday was the day that I got that Warriors of Chaos book.
Mm-hmm.
And I was super excited, and when I got your Heroes Retreat, when I got your Heroes Retreat, I fucking bought a goddamn box. A Star Collecting box for,
That's right.
what are they called? In
Warriors of Chaos, Slaves of
Warriors of
Darkness.
Chaos.
Slaves of Darkness in AOS. I bought the Star Collecting for, which is basically fucking Warriors of Chaos. It's pretty good. Although the plastic is that old plastic. It's like when they first started doing plastic, so it's very. I'm just gonna say it's just not good. I'm gonna say shitty, which it is, but
Flimsy.
it's very flimsy. And then to actually clean it is super hard, just because the plastic is just different. It's not like it's a very soft plastic.
You're basically playing with gray, darker gray fine cast.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's in that realm. But Finecast is fucking even harder than this shit. Like, it's weird. Because it's plastic. You know it's plastic. It's the same color as the regular plastic. But it's just an older thing. And it just is what it is.
I always thought fine cast was just they got remnants of chalk and just squeezed it really. It's really compacted chalk.
They just have a mold with chalk dust in it.
Yeah,
And then they just put it under pressure.
they got Ted compacting the chalk dust so hard, and then they hand it over to Bill, who dumps it in some super glue, really soft super glue, real quick, and they send it off.
So he dips it in super glue and then throws it, just so that it hardens. But then his hands are starting to. They're just it's just big balls of fucking super glue.
Yeah, I love my job.
He just has like a vat of fucking dissolver. Just a fucking.
Fucked
He
up
does it all
part.
over
Fucked
again.
up part is we issued him gloves. We issued him gloves every day.
He just likes it. I don't know what to tell you.
Man loves his job.
Give that man a raise. Give Bill a raise. For God's sakes. Look at his hands. They're terrible. But yeah, I bought a whole bunch of shit. And fantasy is slowly growing bigger and bigger in my heart. Even though everybody tells me, you're not going to like it.
You're
I don't
not
give a
gonna.
fuck.
You're not gonna like it. You need to go to the doctor. And large hearts, not good for you.
Yeah, I had that problem. But I don't know. I've always liked the kind of rank and file type of game. It was always interesting to me. And it's not fucking, it's dead, but fuck it. I like dead shit. Some people said that Heresy was dead. It's fucking wrong. But I just want to play fantasy. Now, the hard part is getting people that either knew how to play fantasy to replay it with me, or find new people that are willing to even try it. Because AOS, as much as I love AOS, like AOS is a great game, I still want to play some old school fantasy. I like that. I like those square bases. I like those movement trays. I like wheeling. I like fucking doing my forward charges. I like all that shit.
He loves accessories.
Oh, I fucking love it. I love it so much that there's these fucking if you go, I think it's Base to Base or something like that. It's an Australian company.
Of course it is.
Of course it is, because they fucking love fantasy. They're good people, no matter what they fucking people tell you. All right, that goddamn Trump. No, they have like these movement trays that are MDF, and it's the bottom, and then just 3 little pieces of wood that kind of make the lip that you glue, and they have like a flexible steel insert that's adhesive on one side.
Okay.
So you just kind of just like slab it in there,
Yeah.
and they give you magnets as well. So they give you magnets just to put under your bases.
Oh, okay.
And you
That's-
can magnetize
that's
the whole
cool.
fucking thing.
That's cool as hell.
And it's fucking like $5. So it's a cheap way to get magnets and that. And they give you enough magnets for the size tray that you need. Like if you wanted to do like a 25 millimeter square, and you wanted to do like 5 ranks. Or 5 ranks and like 4 files.
Mhm.
So like just a 5x4, they'll give you 20 of the magnets, and it's for $5. I mean, you really can't
You
fucking
can't
fuck with
beat
it.
that deal.
The only thing is, if I buy it, I had to fucking wait like 3 months to get it because
And
of
the
Australia.
shipping.
Yeah, but I've been super into fantasy, just kind of digging through the rule book and reading it. I do like that they are very cheeky in that book. I sent the guys a picture where I was talking about movement, and basically, like, don't let anyone fuck you in movement. Like, you know your movements, and don't let anybody take advantage of them moving too much. So basically, like, just don't fuck with it. Like, make sure that you know your shit. And I like that. I like that fucking tongue in cheek, kind of overtly tongue in cheek, but it's there. And I've been just looking, getting more into lore, bat reps, and all that kind of stuff. But on the heresy side, I'm actually painting. I just finished. I actually painted up my shoulder pads that I needed for my attack marines. So I did that slowly, slowly, slowly,
Slogging through.
slowly, going through the commission. Very slow because it's all paintbrush. I can't really use an airbrush on it, which is. Whew, I can't tell you how valuable an airbrush is. Once you start airbrushing, you're really gonna not like doing a whole bunch of base coats and things, or like layers with a brush afterwards. You're gonna want to do a lot of airbrushing. So that's pretty much my hobby progress in terms of what I've done. Done a little bit of heresy, done a little bit of
Commish.
fantasy, a little bit of commish. So that's just me. What about who wants to take from here?
You're
Let's
the
go.
co-host.
All right. I was thinking Gus could go first. Fuck me, right?
I went first.
yeah,
It's
he
out
went
the window.
first.
So right now I'm putting together 30k stuff and priming a little bit as I go, as the weather lets me, because I'm dealing with resin. And according to Roman, Rattlecan's better for resin than anything else. So
Yeah, it's just like
Like for priming?
for priming.
Rattle
Yeah.
can for priming?
Rattle
resin.
can for fine cast
Oh,
and,
okay.
and metal. Like for fine cast and metal, or fine cast resin, whatever you want to say. It's better to use a rattle can because it's a thicker coat,
Okay.
but you can control like fucking how thick. Just learn how to prime, watch some videos.
It's Texas and it's been raining every other day,
Yes.
so it's humid as hell.
Yeah.
So the windows of priming
Are very
are
slim.
very slim. I
Yes.
think out of these 2 weeks, I got the one day
Mm-hmm.
where I was like, sweet, I can prime all the weapons and arms that I need right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest of the 2 weeks, it's been crap.
I'm telling you that airbrush for plastics, with airbrush is just the way to go. Just get yourself some airbrush primer. But that is why, because of heresy, we have a lot of fine cast or resin kind of shit. So all I do is just clean them, make sure that they're all nice and dandy where I can clean them. I even have them like on little fucking toothpicks and shit, so I can make sure that they're fucking ready. Because every morning I check the weather and I check that humidity. Is it good? And I just fucking take a whole batch outside and I just fucking, as quickly as I can, just rattle can it. Boom, boom, boom,
Because
boom,
that
boom, boom,
humidity
boom.
could go from 25 to 85 in a matter of 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's Texas kind of fucked up that way, but
Yeah.
you want to use. You're doing the good thing.
You're a good man.
yeah. So obviously I'm trying to get my Iron Warriors knocked out, which is why I'm still working on building the resin stuff. But also I want to use 40k Iron Warriors for the Canned Food Drive event.
Mhm.
So I'm also putting together my Lord Discordant. And
Because they're going to need all the buffs they can get.
yeah,
They suck.
Fucking Iron Warriors.
I mean their ignores cover is pretty good. You know, sometimes
It's
it's situational.
it's the same thing as Imperial Fist. I
Yeah.
think they have... Is it just for buildings, though?
No, it just ignores cover.
Okay, so it's tad better than the Imperial Fist one.
Yeah,
Because the
'cause,
Imperial
I mean,
Fist is
if
just...
if they burn 2 command points to give everything a cover save on the first turn because they go second, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Imperial Fist is just straight up buildings.
Yeah.
That's super situational. The Iron Warriors got a little better out of that. Fucking bastards.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's not some of the chapter tactics are just
For the Chaos ones?
for anything really.
For Space Marines.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this earlier. it's weird that I remember when I first started off, which is not very too long ago, everyone was just like, "Man, fucking hate Space Wars, Space Marines. They get too much shit and blah blah blah." And the Primaris stuff came out, and now everyone just like, "I fucking hate Primaris." And now regular Space Marines are like the redheaded stepchild that just kind of got pushed off to the wayside, and they're not very good anymore.
Yeah.
And now it's cool to hate on Primaris.
That's always been the thing, though, is that everybody fucking talks shit about Space Marines. Like, oh, they fucking suck and whatever. They get too much shit. But they're always mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
They're never, like, fucking awesome. They're
Yeah.
always this super elite army that ends up just crumbling very quickly. So, I don't know what the fuck... People just want to hate just to hate.
Yeah, people just
But
hate just because they hate.
there's shitty things. Like, the Imperial one is shitty. Come on. It's...
Like the tactics for them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the ones that made it out only good were what? Ultramarines, Raven Guard for a
Ultramarines are
while.
pretty good. Raven.
Everyone...
I'm
every
really
two-
tired.
a lot of people
really,
using
really
Raven
tired
Guard.
of just seeing -1 to shoot, -1 to shoot, -1 to shoot. Every fucking army has a doctrine or a chapter or a fucking something that has -1 to shoot, and everybody just spams it, and I'm so tired of it.
Mhm.
That's why I'm kind of fed up with 8th. They limited the mechanics.
You're getting Roman
and
back
they-
on his 8 hate.
Yeah.
8 hate tree.
It's not hate, because I'll still play it.
Mm.
It's just, if I hate something, I ain't gonna fucking play it. That's just it. But it's not that I don't hate it. It's just, it's not that I hate it. It's just
It's a little stagnant.
It seems that in them trying to, and again, this is just my opinion from fucking super low level player. I'm not high level in any fucking respect. It just seems like they simplified it in a way that made the mechanics very stagnant.
Okay.
Like the -1, my biggest problem is not -1 to hits. It's literally rerolls. Fucking everything can goddamn reroll.
What they did
what feels like it.
all they did was take away the necessity for dice. You know, Warhammer used to be part luck, part strategy. Now it's just strategy because you're hitting on 3s, you're rerolling 1s. So you're pretty much never gonna miss. You can reroll your fucking wounds if you have the right character.
That's what you say. I was really like shit on my game.
You were. And then when you took away templates and had everything auto hit, you got rid of any of the probability at all. It's pretty much just about how good you are at tactics.
Yeah, and I think that's why there's such a
Divide.
yeah, there's such a margin between players, is because they're really like the competitive players, and I've heard it time and time again, especially at the event that we were at last week. Is there's a lot of players, high level players, that were saying this is the best edition of Warhammer, of 40K, because it's very it has a particular way to play, and it's about those kind of about those buffs, like those buffs.
It really it separates completely the competitive players from the casual players.
Mm-hmm. So, and that's the thing, is the reason I like Heresy, or I've gone back into Heresy, is it takes over 7th, and 7th just made it more kind of thematic. You know, those weapons.
It helps out more with your narrative playing.
Exactly.
So you can kind of get more into it and build the thing in your head.
Exactly.
Where Homeboy's running towards a building with a certain somebody who's just parked up in there.
We'll talk about that in a bit.
You know what?
But what else are you doing for your we fucking went way
off
the
topic.
fucking topic.
Yeah.
But
That's pretty much it. I've just been working on my Iron Warriors. I have in the order that we did for Forge World.
Yeah.
I got some Segment Terminator upgrades and another Kanadi Blade Assault guys upgrades. So my Thousand Suns are I'm gonna be sitting pretty good on Thousand Suns as far as Centurion goes. I got one of the little quad launchers for Iron Warriors. I don't remember what else.
A lot of shit.
Yeah, it was a lot of
Just
shit.
a lot of shit.
I'm broke.
Yep.
I'm so broke.
Oh, we all are. But that's it for you?
That, I believe, is it. Yeah. Haven't actually started painting. Just
You're
building
painting.
and priming. You're painting.
Yeah. You're gonna regret those fucking words.
Yeah.
Anyways, what about our man of the hour?
So do you want me to start from last time I was at the podcast, or just start what I was doing last month? Because either one could be probably wrapped up in the same amount of time.
The deepest choice, my friend.
All right. So as of late, I kind of went through a spring cleaning deal, and I greatly reduced what I had in the garage. I was currently unemployed, needed some extra money. What's the best way to do it? You start throwing out a couple of Imperial Knights that I know I'll never get to.
Yep.
So I threw out some Knights, some Space Marine stuff, because I knew, even though I really want to play both fists, Crimson and Imperial Fist,
Yep.
I don't see that happening anytime sooner. I'm getting real with myself. I'm letting my Primarch down, but hey, he's gone. He's gone for right now. So he don't gotta know.
He's at least handless. We know this.
Can't they regenerate though? So wouldn't his hand come back?
I don't know. No, I don't think they regenerate.
No?
No, they don't. The only one that could regenerate
Was
was
Vulcan.
Vulcan, because he's a perpetual.
Yeah.
Um,
I thought they had like really good healing though.
They do have really good healing, but when something's severed, like someone's head that we know of, it doesn't regrow.
Oh.
So like
about that.
I mean, you can always get the fucking mechanical arm.
True.
It's-
True. Would be Iron Fist.
What if Dorn comes back, and he comes back with a robotic hand, but it's red,
like a Crimson Fist.
and everybody's now Crimson. There is no Imperial Fist. We are now a vengeful. We are now all Crimson Fists.
That would piss off a lot of people
Yeah.
with their fucking paint
That'd be-
jobs already
that-
done.
Yeah, that'd be odd that the secondary chapter gets taken over.
Dorn's
I
like fucking 10,000 years later. They got it right. Let's fucking do it.
And let's not forget that Black Templars are also part of.
Fucking Crimson Fist.
Black Templar fists with dash of crimson. So, like I said, I got rid of some of the Space Marine stuff. Since then, I was always just jumping around. I finished like a five man squad of my AdMech. I finished 2 of the snipers, the arquebus, and then just the regular galvanic rifle guys. And the idea was to get another 5 out, and that was my 2 10-man, and then to work on some Vanguard and slowly build up my AdMech. So after a while, you keep painting up purple, because I'm still on that purple kick. Those coats and everything are cool. But then every once in a while, in the corner of my eye, I see my golden boys. And I'm just like, I am so close to fucking finishing that. So then I focused all my attention on playing my Custodes. I got up to, what was the game that we played?
1,000.
1,000 points? I had 1,000 points, but a lot of it was proxy. My Wardens. I finished my Wardens because, once again, purple capes were amazing. And I got the bikes out. So I was like, I'll just proxy with Roman and finally get another game in.
Yep.
And once I got that game in to a point of where I had everything painted except for the bases, I didn't get to the bases.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I really want to play another game. So what I want to do is try to, move this up to at least 15,000, like 1,500 points. That'd be fun to do. And so as I kept looking more into it, I was like, I need to paint more guards. I need to get more guards in. So that means I had to get 9 dudes. I had two regular guys done.
Okay.
So out of the 2, I had to get 7 done. And I think I told you guys, like, what, 4 days? I gave myself like almost a week.
Yeah. That was pretty damn quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I painted way more in that week than I have in years, months. I was able to finish at least three guys in a span of maybe 2 days, which by my meticulousness was way faster.
Yep.
I finally got some of it, but by the end of it, I couldn't meet my goal.
All right.
I didn't finish everybody. I didn't finish my guard. I didn't even get to start on trade Valoris, and I couldn't get an extra warden out. But I had like an extra shield and sword that I placed as a warden, and so I used that to play my game with John. That's mostly on hobby progress. It's mostly selling a lot of stuff and painting. I'm locked down that now I'm just gonna work on custodies until I get that up to 2,000 points.
Okay.
As soon as I get the 15 done, if I do any more buying, it's going to be a thing of Terminators. I'll probably go 2 boxes Terminators and try to get that carrier off you. And that's it. Like after after that, I keep saying that, but after that, that's probably going to be it that I want to add so far for custodies. I could, later down the line maybe get some more extra stuff, but... Yeah. That's what I want, and then after that, we'll be working on AdMech.
Cool.
That's it for hobby progress for me.
Well, let's move on to games to play because you kind of did a little sprinkling of you and John's game. So how did that go?
So do you want to talk about what we had, or how you want me to?
Yeah. Just real quick. List explanation. I had a Demon Prince, Typhus, and a Malignant Platecaster.
Okay. 2
units of 7-man Plague Marines. A unit of 20 Poxwalkers. 2 units of little fly bugs. I forget what they're called. Plague Spitters? No, that's the name of the gun. No. I don't know. They're bugs. And I had the Rumba.
Okay.
The Death Guard Rumba. For my 1,500 points, I had a battalion of 2 shield captains on the Dawn Eagle Jack bike. My warlord had the Eagle's Eye Superior Creation for his warlord trait. The other one had an extra relic of the Aquilus armor or something like that. Just basically 3 ups. Regular troops were just three spears. 3 spears for 3 troop choice.
Yeah.
That was my battalion, and then I had the vanguard of Captain General Valoris, 2 elite choices of wardens, all with Castellan axes, and 1 banner holder. I think this is Vexillus Praetors or something like that. Also with the Castellan axe with the banner, the 50.1, where I get +1 to my attacks. And then that was my army.
It's crazy. You actually have different banners. We just get fucking ancients, and they have 1 rule.
I was debating if I should go for the +1 attacks or the -1 to hit. So I was unsure, but in the end, I chose the extra attack because I figured I was going to get into some melee, especially the plan that I had.
How did that go?
Well, my Demon Prince went in really quickly and fucked shit up. Fucked a lot of shit up.
He did? First turn?
Yeah.
Expected.
And then it got down to 2 wounds. So in my head, I already was like, fuck it, that Demon Prince is gone. Let me start thinking of what I'm going to do next.
We're doing missions, by the way.
Yeah. We did the old school Red Star missions where you put out 4 objectives and you roll 2 dice at the beginning of your turn.
Gotcha.
1 through 4 is objective 1 through 4, and 5 and 6 is kill a unit.
Yeah.
And we also had First Blood, Slay the Warlord, and Linebreaker.
Standard.
So, turns out my Demon Prince did not want to fucking die.
He did not. First turn, I think I had first turn. I went out to the middle because I was like, these guys are decent in shooting, but the plan that I had, they were going to shine and fucking just wreck and face. Never played Death Guard. He just kept telling me like, oh, they're going to survive. And I'm like, probably maybe these guys will just be able to cut through them.
Mm.
When he sent his demon prince in, I had a couple of guards hold him down. He had 2 of his little bug flyer things next to him, so I was able to all lock him up. I paid a couple extra CP to deep strike my wardens in, and once the wardens came in, the first set, or the ones that knocked the demon prince down to 2, and if I was gonna get my second charge in, that demon prince would have been fucking done. But homeboy here paid couple command points to just wipe at that unit. And after that,
'cause he chargers go first, so he attacked with his fucking wardens, and I was like, cool, 2 command points. I fight next, and I had a sword, so I was at Ren 3 damage, 4 attacks, and he had the extra attack from the Malefic Claw, and he had cast the spell on himself to where if he rolls 6s, he does a mortal wound, and on 5s, because the spell gives him +1 to wound. So on 5s, Deaths of the False Emperor would go off, and on 6s, Mortal Wounds would go off, and then I paid command points to do Veterans of the Long War to add another one to my wound rolls. So on 4s, Death of the False Emperor will go off, and on 5s, the Mortal Wound will go off. So I just threw a lot of fucking attacks to Mortal Wounds, and I killed off that.
Oh, first turn he wiped out one of my bikes. Not the Warlord, but he wiped out my bike.
Yeah.
So I lost a Shield Captain right off the bat.
As a Dark Angels player, that's very hard to do.
After that, I moved a biker into his area in Linebreaker to hold down
Objective 4.
So basically, after the first turn, I started realizing like, okay, I got to play. Like, if I'm gonna win, I'm gonna have to start playing by objectives.
Yeah.
So luckily, I was able to use my my bike to kind of go back and forth where I needed to.
Yeah.
And he's super survivable. After that, because my whole army, my guards, my wardens, everybody was locked up with just the demon prince, the flyers, and eventually all his other death guards were closing in. And by turn 4, late turn 3, those guys were wiped. I was ready to call it right there and then because I was like, there's no way. I didn't send in Valorous. Valorous is my heavy hitter, but I sent him back to get a point.
He was holding Objective 1.
He was holding Objective 1 on my side, and I kept thinking to myself, like, I should have just sent him out. I should have sent him out to fucking deal with shit. So we play that, and it's kind of back and forth. Each turn we get about 2 objectives each. So it's been a real neck and neck game.
Okay.
One person is probably like 1 point ahead of each of them. By the time 4 comes around, I'm decimated, and he didn't realize that my biker was still in his area. So after that, he kind of he sends his Roomba, his Death Guard towards me, and he sends his Demon Prince to go towards Valorous, because after Valorous took down like another 5-man, 6-man. What was it?
It was a 7-man.
A 7-man
Death
squad.
Guard.
I was finally able to clear them out, but at the end of that, Valorous was down to one wound by himself, and the biker fully healed. John sent his Demon Prince at me to take me out, and he unloaded everything he could at the biker. So by the time 5th turn came out,
The thing that he failed to mention was that my Demon Prince, who survived 3 fucking turns with 2 wounds, died in Overwatch. Fucking Valorous.
That's the way to go.
And then I used my last command point, which I had been saving for something funny. I had to use it to try to reroll one of my saves, and I fucking failed. And my Demon Prince died in fucking Overwatch. Or else that would have been my fucking fight.
Yeah. And so at the end of that, he unloads everything on the Shield Captain, my Warlord, that has Linebreaker, and I know he was just like, all I gotta do is fucking kill this warlord. He loses Linebreaker, I'm gonna slay the warlord, I'm gonna be a point ahead, and I'm gonna win. Little did John know, I had one command point saved off since like turn 3, and I thought maybe like he would be able to survive it, but sure enough, I missed like. I was rolling like shit. I couldn't hit nothing. I couldn't with all the reroll ones. I couldn't hit anything. I'm throwing out attacks like left and right. 2, 3 maybe get through. The shield captains go. You see John's face. He's just beaming.
It was the John smile.
It's a John smile. He's like
The penitent John smile.
He's like, I did it. I slayed him, and he's just like, I got him. I stopped and I was like, wait, I'm going to spend a command point.
Last command.
Shoulder the mantle where I get to choose my other HQ of that to be my new warlord. And after that, he's like, I did not know you could do that.
Yeah, man, that's not only a Alpha Legion.
So, one of my bugs had made it into Linebreaker, and Valeris was on the top floor. We were playing on the Sector Mechanicus.
Yeah.
And my bug was on the ground floor. And so he shoots my bug. My bug had like 1 wound left. I was like, I knew that was going to happen. So I reached for my command point die only to realize that it's not there anymore because I tried to fucking keep my Demon Prince alive in Overwatch. I was like, I said it out loud too. I was like, fuck, my last command point. So I can make Death Guard vehicles for 1 command point auto explode. So I had to fucking roll, which even with Death Guard vehicles explode on a 4. I was like, it's a 50-50 chance to roll a fucking 1. If I hit, Valeris was at 1. All I needed was 1 wound, and the explosion would have been a mortal wound. Couldn't do it.
Yep.
Motherfucker survived.
Out of everyone, just Valoris survived on 1 wound.
So he killed my bug that was in Linebreaker next to Valeris. So I lost Linebreaker. I lost Warlord because of his fucking shenanigans. And
at the end of that, I thought it was 8-8 because we called right there. I was like, oh yeah.
But my Demon Prince
we tied
that he killed in Overwatch.
Yeah, and then he stops. He's like, did you give yourself a point for killing my warlord? And I was like, no, I didn't. He's like, well, I beat him out. I just snailed it out with that one point.
Well, that's great. I'm happy that you won because the heresy game that me and John had, I just got raped. And I just gave up at the top of turn 4, where I couldn't do anything. He played it right. He had his game plan. I had mine. His was just better. That's all it was. He had the castle up. He did the Iron Warriors castle up. I had to walk over there. Turns out I fucking suck in the morale phase, like morale test.
And
I
your Lunar Wolf librarian sucks balls too.
Yeah, he fucking
Perils.
The top of turn 1. I have first turn. Top of turn 1. The only fucking spell that I really cast, fucking Perils. Alright. Well, it's because he had what was it? He had a Psychana. It was a Psychana. Basically, a librarian can take the Psychana for like 35 points. So it was fucking expensive. But it's a Witchfire attack. It has 3 different profiles. And instead of rolling for your warp charges, you can just devote dice to that power. Of course, because I needed to at 24 inches, because the nearest unit he had was in range at 24. So I was like, alright, spend 4. But you still have to roll to see if they hit. And when they hit, if you do roll a 1 during the hit of that shooting attack, you suffer Perils of you suffer Perils of the Warp. Just on a 1.
You suffer what?
You suffer a Perils of the Warp.
You suffer what?
A Perils of the Warp.
Is it like
I know, I'm not gonna fucking do it, John. I can't just do it on command, alright? Because I don't do it. A fucking demon invades my body for a quick second to say that, and he jumps back out. He doesn't like this body. I don't like this body.
That's why he's working on it.
That's why I'm working on it. But that's the thing is with that because of that, he Perils of Warped, And, of course, Perils of the Warp Chart, fucking roll another one. And he just gets fucking obliterated. And because of that, if you don't know the unit that he's attached to, or any unit within 6, they also suffer some strength. I think it's strength 6, actually. It's pretty fucking strong. I think it's strength 6 hits. It's D6, strength 6, AP 2. I don't think you gotta fucking save. So, there I go. It's fucking like 6. I think I roll a 6 for the amount of attacks. And then I wound 4 of them. So, like, severely cripple that unit. So, my plasma support squad, fucking dead. Done. Donezo. Can't do fucking anything. Librarian's gone. I'm like, alright, well, I got these fucking, these rocket launchers. And I got 2 Terminators because I took Pride of the Legion as my Warlord trait because I had a...
Rite of War.
I had the Rite of War, but I also had a Delegatus. I upgraded my Legion console to a Delegatus, so I took that. And I was just like, you know what? If I can get into close combat, it's fucking awesome. His first turn, John fucking calls in his orbital bombardment because of his Master of Signals. Decimates my fucking... missile launchers. So already, like, I'm already down an HQ, practically a tac squad, and now I'm down to like 2 or 3 missile launchers now. But I'm like, all right, still Chermies, they can do it. I have Just Staring and I have regular Cataphracti. They get into fucking close combat, they're gonna be awesome. He shoots them with his last cannons. Fucking 2 of them die. Morale phase. They fucking run. He shoots his Scorpius rounds at my Cataphracti. Fucking 3 go down. So now I just have like 2 guys on each unit running for their lives. And I'm like, okay, on my turn, all I can do is...
Advance.
Well, no, I have to take another test to see if they turn back around.
Okay.
Because if you, on the start of my turn, during the movement phase, they have to
regroup.
They have to do a regroup. So, you have to roll again. And I was just like, I'm not going to do this. It's already the top of turn 4. I have nothing left. And if they just... There's no way they're going to go back into combat from this far away. Because they're already near my table edge at this point. I rolled fucking stupid high on actual, like, the runaway from morale. I think I ran, like, 9 inches with one and, like, a full 12 with another. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I could have used these in, like, actual combat. That would have been awesome. But I was just like, no, it's done. There's no way I can win this. I just fucking racked him up. And I think he beat me 19-0. Because with Pride of the Legion, with the units that you destroy, they add another victory point. And because of the mission type, every victory point you get, you roll a d6. So you just have to roll those, and he ended up getting with 19.
Jeez.
So it was really, really bad.
That was a very quick game. I remember looking at my phone real quick and then looking up, and you were just like, I'm done.
Yeah, well, I had my Tyrant Siege Terminators, unit of Iron Havocs with last cannons to take down a Dreadnought, which he did not bring, so I had to aim them at Terminators.
Yeah.
I had 2 tech squads because I just went regular 1 HQ 2 tech squads. Then I had my Master of Signals and my Siege Breaker as HQs. They were just full support HQs. They just had chain swords and bolt pistols. And I also had a unit of Seekers or Destroyers. I don't know. It's the 5-man tech squads that can change their ammo type, which were the ones that did the Scorpius rounds.
I think they're... I don't fucking know. I'd have to... Look that up.
Well, it's a fast attack slot. It's 150 points for 5 dudes, and you can take all kinds of different ammo.
Yeah.
And then I did take a quad launcher, which you did kill pretty fucking quickly.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to shoot it once. I was sad.
Oh, really? You're sad? And you have fucking a unit of las cannons.
And
So yeah, I just took out the one of the biggest threats that was in range. I wasn't able to get his to his last cannons. If I would have, I think. I mean, I don't. What shells did you load in your quad launcher?
I had all of it: Phosphex, Splinter, Shatter.
You can't take all of those.
Yeah.
You can only load one of them.
No, you can take all of them. They're all different points.
Yeah, but you're only supposed to take one of them.
Oh, well, Battlescribe didn't tell me no. So I took all of them. So I guess...
Jesus. How broken would that be? I'm like, oh, okay, I'm taking Shatter Shells and Incendiary.
Well, I mean, obviously you can only fire one per turn.
Yeah, but I think... I'm pretty sure it
Well, I paid for all of those different ammo types.
Paid
so
for it,
I
so
guess
I'm
I still had...
using
I still technically had points for other Marines.
Mm-hmm.
That I didn't get to use, but...
And he still beat you.
And he still beat me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was really hard for him, having to make his way to my side of the table, and then he killed a few guys, but because I'm Iron Warriors, I don't take morale from shooting.
Yeah, I was hoping that. Oh yeah, he'll just fucking. I would whittle down 2 guys, and I was like, all right, cool. That's a morale check, and he's just like, we don't do it in the shooting phase. And I was like, fuck, I have to get into close combat. Like, there's no other way that I can do this. But, no, it's just the way it goes. It was a learning game. Now I just won't take it easy on him. Just because I can't lose to John. That's like losing a fucking goldfish. Can't do that. But no, it was a fun game. I didn't take a Dreadnought of any kind because I wanted to change up the list completely. I wanted to do something completely different. Because I'd been consistently taking a Dreadnought for a while. Why don't you kind of change that up? But, fuck, we've already been going about an hour. So...
Trim the fat. Tony's not going to trim the fat.
No, not at all. Plus, it's really just all hobby related. I don't care how long these shows go. I think with Warhammer podcast specifically, the longer the better, just because people can just pop them on and do whatever they want.
Paint, build.
Exactly. But
fantasize about us.
Yeah, fantasize about fantasy like I do.
I
downloaded like old episodes of like fantasy podcasts.
Bye.
Just like fucking do that. So I'm gonna do that right now. Later, guys. All right. And get into the meat and potatoes. An hour in for this show. Me and John were at the Alamo GT last week. It was a fun experience. I liked it. We were a judge, although I will say that I badmouth 8th edition a lot. Yeah, it is clearly the... Fuck you. I was just fucking trying to think while you fucking throw insults at me. While I throw insults at 8th edition. 8th edition actually works a lot better as a tournament style game. There was really no questions that we had to ask, and any questions David was able to, which David was the head TO for the event. So he was able to get down to like the nitty-gritty rules. We kind of like answered, some basic movement
softball
questions.
Stuff. The guy just wanted to, hey, like, so do I just use any dice?
Yeah,
like,
and they were like, oh, how does morale work? And, oh, well, yeah, it works this way. All right, cool.
All right, I did my charity work. I talked to the slow guys.
No, but it was fun, just to be in that. The one thing I will say about that is, one, it was very smooth in terms of the actual tournament.
First time that nobody fucking started fighting with each other over toys.
Yeah, everybody kind of like...
Everyone was hospitable.
Yeah, everybody was...
Everybody was drunk.
Everybody was fucked up.
For drunk people, this was a very good... good sportsmanship.
Exactly.
More drinks. More moonshine.
Yeah. Oof. We'll talk about moonshine later. Oh, not me personally. But it was run very smoothly, and I have to say that environment is very cool.
How was the army layout? Was it very diverse, or was it a good amount of just the same old, same old?
It was pretty diverse. I mean, honestly, there was more than one Custodes player, which apparently doesn't happen very often in tournaments. As much as everybody fucking shits on
people
custodies,
They do.
then rightfully so.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that ITC is so objective oriented
Yeah.
that custodies they don't have the easiest time in the world.
Yeah. But, I mean, you still got your old standards there, like Drakari. Drakari are just fucking strong, like, no matter where they go. So there was a lot of Drakari players. Quite a few Knight players as well.
A lot of Night Guard and Night Mechanicum.
Mm-hmm.
A few Eldar bike list.
Now with that fly stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, now well, that was the thing we were using. That's where it got a little tricky, is if anybody was using Yunari, they had to use the index version. They couldn't use the new version, which I think everybody would have preferred if they used the new version, because they were broken in the index.
Mm-hmm.
But because of we were using the HQ, we were able the FAQ, we were able to use the new fly rules and some other shit that kind of made for some wonky stuff every once in a while, but the people worked it out.
Still fine. Well,
there's a good amount of chaos demons and Chaos Space Marines. One thing I didn't see a lot of this time around was there wasn't too much Magnus or Mortarion players.
Yeah, I think everybody was more on the Black Legion kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like all the new stuff.
A lot of Abaddon.
Yeah. But, I mean, fairly diverse. I mean, there was even a couple of Tau players, not many, but a couple of Tau players.
Some Necrons.
I really didn't see any regular Eldar. Like
Or
Craft World Eldar. I didn't see many.
I got to play against one.
Yeah, that was one.
Yeah.
But there was not many Craft World Eldari. But the environment with like that many people just playing the fucking game, like a game that we all like, it was just like fun to be in that thing.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I will say is that by the end of the day, even though I really didn't do much, I was fucking drained. I was just tired as shit. I think it's just the energy in the room just fucking feeds into you.
Just so amped up.
Yeah, and then like by the end of it, you're like, I just want to go home, fucking sleep.
Yeah, apparently the Eldar player I played against, though, he was, I don't remember his name, but
Kind of a dick.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, like, he showed up late, and I don't know, some other problems that some TOs had with him.
Well, apparently, he's been a bit of a problem almost every year he's gone to it. So, we went to this one. We'll see what happens next.
So, I was the ringer,
Yeah.
which meant if it was an odd number, you got to play me, or you could take the bye. The bye is 20 points. You can play me to try to get more than that, but maybe you'll get less. Maybe you don't care about points and you're just there to play, so you want to play. So I ended up playing him first because he was late, because it was even before he got there.
Which I do not envy you of being a ringer.
Yeah.
At all.
I mean, it was fun. It was fun being a ringer. It was great playing games, and also great that I didn't have to play as many games as everybody else.
Yeah.
So he was playing his Eldar, right? I was playing my Knight list. It was 6 Baby Knights, 3 and 3, plus a Gallant and a Valiant. And the guy was like, figures I would have to go up against Knights on turn 1 on the first game. And I was like, yeah, but I'm playing a Valiant, dude. I'm probably the only Valiant in the fucking building.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised as a Knight player you don't have the Castellan in there.
It's not, I played Griffith. I'm all about the close combat.
Okay. Well, it's fun. Sounds fun.
So he's like, yeah, well, you're not going to see too many lists like mine out there. He goes, my list is unique. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not even getting points off this, bro.
Because this is the first time I'm actually hearing about any of this. As a fucking dick. Fuck him.
Yeah. So
everyone who wasn't a dick, good on you. Thanks for not being a dick.
There was a lot of actually like good people. All fucking like almost everybody was fucking hammered both days, but everybody was just having fun.
It's good.
Fucking Viet, dude, just walking around with that bottle of Jameson.
Fucking 9 o'clock in the morning. He has a bottle of fucking Jameson. He's just like, fuck it. And he's just starting like swig from. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like all of you are alcoholics. And it was fun. I mean, the thing is, he can hold his fucking liquor.
Yeah.
Because, like, the end of the night, but when I left, he was still drinking. It was just like, fuck it, let's fucking play some more games and do whatever.
Fucking party.
Yeah, exactly.
See, that sounds fun. That sounds fun.
I mean, next year, fucking come.
Yeah, next year, hopefully I'll be ready to do that.
Yeah, so this guy, he wins. He beats me, right? But he only scores 22 points. And he was all fucking mad about it. Like, if I was the ringer, I should have just let him score, 44 fucking points, because that's the max.
Points.
And he was like, I only scored 22 points. That's only 2 more than to buy. Why did we even do this? And I'm like, dude, I'm not going to fucking give you all the fucking points. I go, like, whatever.
You're the one who chose to play the game.
Yeah, you could have taken the buy.
You're the one who said, I'm going to beat you with my most unique Eldar army ever.
Yeah, well, guess what? That unique Eldar army apparently sucked because he fucking left after the first day.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He left
after the first day
oh,
because and they were thinking like, oh, he's just fucking late like he always is, and turns out he was just like, no, he just fucking dropped, or he didn't even drop.
He just left.
Dropping means that you go to somebody and say like,
and tell them, at least go up to someone and say,
Yeah,
it doesn't take a lot.
No,
you still got to pack up your stuff. Mm-hmm. You might as well just spend that couple of minutes just saying like, hey, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm out.
And here's the thing, we won't fucking berate you if you drop because something else happens. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know the reason why you're dropping. You're just dropping. But thank you for letting people know. If you're just fucking leaving, that
you're
fucks up the
you're
whole thing.
Putting up the game for everybody else.
Yeah.
People got to find out because if you're late,
fuck him. I hope he loses all his other games. But did you play any more games like that?
Yeah, I played a Space Wolf player, which I felt so bad for the guy because he was I guess new to the hobby or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So he was playing Space Wolf all infantry against my fucking knights, and I was just like, bro, I'm sorry. And even after, like, the game, I made like 20 something points to his 7 points, and so Will's tallying points, and he looks at me, he's like, Smith, what the fuck? And I'm like, I'm sorry. I played as softly as I could. The only thing I could have done different was lie about how many attacks I got, and I like rolled 3 dice instead of 20.
Damn my integrity.
Yeah, I remember him saying like, I could have just lied about my dice, and I was like, why didn't you?
My fucking Gallant was throwing out 21 attacks a turn, man. It was fucking brutal.
He's saying it like he regrets
now
it.
You're that Eldar guy. Yeah. Fucking asshole.
As soon as you cut one head off the Hydra, another one comes out.
So
a bigger one comes out.
But like he wasn't there to fucking win. He was just there to have fun.
That's good. Well,
I did feel bad that if he had taken the bye, he would have ended up with way more points, but he didn't seem like the type of guy to care about points anyways.
Hey, the learning experience. Yeah. Next time, when you see when you see the big guy with the knights, you take the bye.
So
it's cool to take a knee, bro.
Third game, I believe, was against Greg, the owner of the name Grimdark, if not the store anymore.
Yeah.
Heroes Retreat.
Or Frag Out Games. He's still sponsors Frag Out Games.
Yeah, so we didn't play. He was very exhausted, which is understandable. He is in and out of the hospital right now. But we did sit down and just talk about Chaos. Yeah, we talked shop. He actually helped me with list composition for Chaos Space Marines. So I was like, because he was playing Chaos Space Marines, and he's usually a night player himself. And I was like, oh man, I'm surprised you're playing. It's just Chaos Space Marine Infantry, Abaddon, and a bunch of fucking dudes. And so we were talking shop. He was helping me. Obviously, I'm not at the fucking tournament level mindset. So that was a good time. And then the next day, I played some dude was playing Death Guard.
Well, you didn't play. Did you play 4th round? Because 4th round is when you were late, and I was going to. On Sunday morning, you were running late.
Yeah.
And I was gonna have to play. And the original guy, I just said, hey, look, you can either get the bye, or if you really want to play, I can play. I can be the ringer. And he said, oh, I don't really care. What do you want to do? And I told him, all due respect, I don't want to play, but this is about you. He just said, no, that's fine. We don't have to play.
Thanks, I could have got more points, douche.
Oh, definitely, because I don't know what I was so scared playing like Knights. I was like, I don't know dick about this army. I've never even played with I painted up a knight. I haven't done anything.
You should have led with that foot.
But yeah, I probably should have maybe led with like,
led with
I don't know dick about playing this
Be
army.
like, dude, you want to score?
Dude, I
some
never played that
easy
army
points?
until the fucking GT.
Yeah, but you at least like were studying it.
Yeah.
You were like, there's my knights, and I was like, what did you arm them with? I don't know what, like, I know that's the Valiant, but like, I didn't know anything.
I sent you stuff.
You sent me fucking screenshots of Battlescribe, which is fine to learn the stat line, but I don't know anything about their fucking rules.
Yeah, that's true. So,
So anyways, he's running late, decides not to do the buy. But did you end up playing the 4th round when you got there?
I don't even remember.
I don't think you did. I think you just chilled.
Yeah, I think I just chilled. But I had one more game.
That was probably 5th round.
And it was against a Death Guard player. Really, really fucking nice guy because he was just so excited to lose to me. But he was just there to have fun, and he ended up winning best opponent out of everybody. So you know, he got away with some good stuff there. But yeah, that was it. That was the games I played at the GT. But what really surprised me was not the games that I won or lost. What really surprised me was top 3. Specifically top 2. So, 3rd place actually went to Imperial Guard, which no surprise there.
Okay.
But 2nd place was Dino, who is now internet famous for going undefeated as a Necron player.
Yeah.
Which pissed Tony off because I got rid of my Necrons, talking about how much they sucked.
Tony, you're not that good.
Yeah.
Shut up.
So Dino's list for anybody
Fuck you.
his list for anybody that wants to know, he had an air wing detachment of 3 Doomsize, a battalion detachment with Imhotep the Stormlord and an Overlord, all Celtic by the way, and 3 units of 10-man Immortals with Tesla carbines. For a fast attack, he had Tomb Blades. He had 9 Two Blades with Tesla carbines. And then he had a Spearhead detachment with 3 Doomsday Arcs. So, and even after he came in 2nd place and went undefeated, David was like, man, if I was in a tournament, I'd have 1st place right now because I beat the shit out of him on Friday while we were sitting up and waiting for all the fucking tables to arrive.
Oh, yeah.
David and Dino had played, and David had won. Apparently for only like the 2nd or 3rd time in their friendship. But it was a pretty big defeat.
Yep.
1st place, much to my happiness, was actually Chaos. It was 1,000 Suns.
Cool.
And so this one is a battalion detachment of Ahriman on disc, Sorcerer and Terminator armor, 5 Rubric Marines, 5 Rubric Marines, 5 Rubric Marines, along with a battalion detachment of Sorcerer and Terminator armor, Sorcerer and Terminator armor, 5 Rubric Marines, 5 Rubric Marines, 5 Rubric Marines, along with a battalion detachment of 1 Demon Prince of Zinch, 1 Demon Prince of Zinch, 5 Rubric Marines, 26 Zangors, and 30 Zangors.
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah.
I was like, there has to be Zangors.
Yeah, two big units of Zangors, but still, that's a lot more Rubric Marines that typically comes across in your tournament 1,000 Suns army.
Yeah.
So it was a very interesting list to read.
It's just funny. I was like, man, redundancy, it pays off. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, but while John was playing all his games and having
Drinking.
fun and drinking, I sit down.
Got to fill out paperwork.
I'm sitting down, looking at my phone most of the time, and eating a fuckload of jerky. I ate a lot of jerky. Just talking to everybody that was there, all the other judges. It's pretty much what I did. It was weird when John kept telling everybody I was doing keto. Because I wasn't mentioning it. I was just like, oh.
Well, people kept, because we were the judges, people kept trying to buy his beer. And Roman would be like, "No, man, thank you. But these guys are drunk. You can't deny drunk people free beer. Like, they're just like, no, you're drinking with me." So I'm like, he can't drink it. He's on keto. It'll kill him.
It'll kill him. That's why it's called Kildo.
So that would be explained a lot. Like, yeah, I'm on keto, so I can't drink beer. And they're like, but what about spirits? Like liquor. And I was like,
those are good.
I was like, I could, but like I'm pretty new into keto, and I don't want to fuck with that just yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of some stuff have sugars in it, so you gotta.
So these fucking white boys bring out their fucking moonshine,
like real deal moonshine,
like,
not like, oh, this is moonshine that you get from a fucking
store.
Yeah, exactly. No, this is fucking real deal Holyfield. Fucking
heating up something, dripping off a rag into a jug.
Like my grandpa fucking mixed this up with my fucking uncle in our bathtub.
Yeah, I mean, I just smelt it and I was like, I think it just knocked me out of keto.
I use this to strip paint.
I fucking
all my models.
I took a shot of it and I couldn't even get the whole shot in my mouth. Like, I'm pretty sure every breath that I let out would have lit a fucking match. Just fucking. It was fucking strong.
It's gnarly.
It was stupidly strong.
And they were like saying, "Oh, this is the smooth one." And I was like, everybody's reaction was like,
"This is like mother's milk."
Yeah, I was like, "This isn't smooth." Like, you're just you're lying to people.
I finished the glass that they pour me. And I'm just fucking sitting there thinking like fucking deep thoughts about the universe.
Fucking 5-10 minutes, like not even 10 minutes later.
Deep thoughts.
He's just repeating it out loud.
Thoughts.
John, shut the fuck up.
So Roman nudges me and he's like, "Dude, you're fucking drunk, aren't you?" And I didn't even realize it, but I was like, "Fuck, I think I am."
Like his eyes were already like starting to puff up, you know, the fucking drunk puff.
And then he just slowly, thoughts.
Bro,
thoughts.
So he was hammered, and they were saying like, "Oh yeah, it's a smooth one. That's like the vanilla bean one." And I was like, "Fucking oof."
That's how they get you. All they need to do is just trick you with that one shot.
Exactly, and that's all. But I did make the mistake. Hopefully he forgets or he doesn't listen to this. He was drunk all this entire time. The same guy that passed out the moonshine. I told him like, "No, thank you. I really can't. But thank you." And he goes, "I mean, why not?" And I told him the reason why. He was like, "You're the second person I know that's doing that. Fucking good on you." I was like, "Thank you." And I go, "I just didn't want to mess with it, you know, this year. Next year, I'll possibly get fucking hammered." He's like, "I'm going to hold you to that." I was like, "I hope he doesn't fucking remember me or listen to the podcast."
Turns around, has a notebook, and writes your name.
He has for all you fantasy players out there, he has a book of grudges. If you know dwarves. There you go. Little boom boom. But yeah. Honestly, that was a very fun time just because of all the people. Everybody was good-natured, minus fucking Eldar Dick.
Yeah, but overall,
everybody was cool.
Yeah.
And then I got a glimpse of my favorite army. It was the Ravenwing army.
Okay, yeah. Would you say I was one of the best favorite painted army? Nice, both of y'all?
I mean, no. The best painted was
Viet.
Viet's like a fucking professional.
He's won like 4 out of the last 5 best painted at Alamo.
No way. Like, he does kit bashes and conversions, like full conversions.
Yeah, because conversions count a lot in painting.
Yeah.
So a lot of people had nicely painted armies, but it was just out of the box models. Viet had taken the top half of armigers and warglaives and using the bottom half of crabwalkers from Admech.
I've seen some cool ones where for like the
Yeah.
Helvern ones, where they'll soup it where the legs are bent the other way and they have more of like a bracing position, so they look like they're shooting out cannons instead. That looked cool. Like I wanted to try that out if I ever got that.
I don't know if there's a model that's big enough, but I've always liked the idea of like making the Mechanicum, those fucking track dudes, the fucking
The Cataprom. I know what you're talking about.
yeah, they just like have like fucking
Tank tracks
as legs.
Yeah.
And they're just like upper torso.
Those laser shooting servitors.
Yeah, I always wanted to do that with the which one? The Helverin? Is that the two cannon one?
Yeah.
The shooty one? I wanted to do that with the shooty one. But I don't even know if there's like a fucking kind of bottom half that's
big enough.
Yeah, I think those tracks are a little bit smaller, and that the top half might be a little too big.
Oh yeah,
they're really
but
small.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
if there's anything like in that vein that's appropriate to that size.
Gotcha.
Well, I always thought that was a cool idea, but I probably haven't seen it for a fucking reason because nobody's actually found a piece to do that.
Get green stuff, what if you go to like get like those World War II tanks?
Yeah,
Use
like
treads
a
for that.
Panzer or something like that.
I like the idea of conversions. The reason, one of the reasons why it's taking me so long with my Custodes right now is because I'm trying to find different like poses for them. In fact, I kind of had to go and disregard one of my original ideas where each Custode was going to be fighting a different type of Chaos Demon, and the whole basing was going to be under like when they're fighting in the Emperor's Webway. Because, there's a few of them out there that fight, and then they come back out, and they rest for a little bit.
Yeah.
And they'll send out that one. That's how I wanted to kind of do it, but I had to rush it out. So I had to do that. Especially with my AdMech one. I have a Tech Priest, like that Chaos Sorcerer that you got out of that box. I was telling you that I wanted the Chaos Sorcerer because his leg, like he has a nice lower body, and I was going to use like an upper half.
He has a real nice lower body.
He does. Got legs for days under a robe. I was going to use that and an upper half of just a regular Skitarii Ranger, and then give him different arms from either an engine tier for the Omniscient Axe, and then just the random Dominus stuff for his arms, and then give him like a skeleton head. Maybe like an animal skeleton head. I want like a longer, like reptile looking one.
Yeah.
And then put a hood, and then make that as my Dominus. Because Dominus, there's only like two separate heads, and they always look the same. Like that's my one gripe kind of with AdMech 2.
Yeah.
Out of the box, like I want to make it a little more different.
I mean, always going to like Cromlock and stuff like that. Puppet of War, I think, does some cool things too. Where they have different heads and shit like that. And that's one thing that I do wish I was better at, and I honestly wish I had more money to do it, was kit bashing and conversions and things like that. Because I of course love painting, but I always have like ideas of putting things into different poses and like putting things like that. But I can never get it out. Like that part of the artist's brain doesn't work for me. So I'm trying to like figure out how I can do it and like what bits go here, like how to do what I want to, because I wanted to. I kind of did it with. I was watching this YouTube channel, and it's for Heresy. If you don't know about it already, it's called the. What is it called? It's called the Outer Something.
The Outer Circle or Inner Circle?
The Outer Circle.
I started watching that guy too. That's the one I saw the White Scars. We showcasing the White Scars.
Yeah.
And that's why I was starting to get my Asian fever again, because I was learning more about Jagatai Khan.
Oh, we can get to that in a little bit, but I was seeing him, and he was doing like what models from the 40K side can you use for a Heresy, and he showed that librarian. The librarian with the axe up high, and he has a plasma pistol pointing out. And I was like, I have that model because John had given it to me. And I was like, well, let me look at it. And I realized not only is it fucking Finecast, but the head is molded into
The body.
The body. So I had to like use drill bits and my hobby knife and everything to dig it out. And then when I put another head in, like one from one of the Heresy kits, where I put it in, it looked okay, but it looks really rough. I'm like, fuck, like I need practice with this sort of shit. So I'm looking at other models now and kind of thinking, how could I do this and all that kind of stuff.
My suggestion would be start off small and start off with just the regular GW stuff. Because I did it with... At first I did it with a Skitarii Ranger where I wanted to give him the Omni specs, but I wanted him... Because the only ways I've seen it is they have the Omni specs where they have their left hand stretched out, and then they either have their gun tilted up here, like over their shoulder. And I was like, oh, everyone has that.
Yeah.
Or they have them like shoulder over the gun pointing. I was like, how about if I try to move the gun down, like he's holding it down while aiming that. So basically I just got something and I just clipped it off and I tried to scrape it off and clean it off as the best I could. It looks, I mean, it doesn't look professional, but I think it's at least, like, if I don't tell you or show you which one it is, you might pass.
Okay.
Same thing with my Custodes too.
Yeah.
Like, I try to fit the arm, and so I'll try to file it down.
Yeah.
My biggest conversion I want to do is my Primaris Chaplain. And that's probably my biggest project, because I'm using bits from the coat and stuff from the Primaris Chaplain.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm using the old Heroes one. The one where he has like that weird backpack and a whole bunch of ribbons flying off him. You get them from the 3-pack from the Captain Librarian thing. So I'm trying to mix and match all that. But at the same time, I'm giving him the arms from the Lieutenant that has the arms stretched out like that with a power sword. And I'm trying to mix and match the Crozium because I hate the Crozium from the Primaris Lieutenant. But my suggestion would be start off small, and then once you get a little more comfortable, try to move up from there.
Yeah, so I might even buy that model again, even though it's a GW exclusive or a web store exclusive. I might buy it again and try my hand at like doing it all over again and trying to see how I can fuck with it and do other things, because it honestly looks pretty rough. Like the rest, I mean, the rest of it is just kind of simple. I put on a Mark IV backpack. I shaved off all the symbols that were related to 40K.
Green stuff? Have you tried adding any green stuff on it?
No, because I already glued it in there and primed it and did everything, so it looks like shit. I'll be honest, it looks like hell. But it is what it is. I'll send you a picture of it later.
Okay.
But yeah, I just put like a Mark IV helmet. I found I couldn't find even a bolt pistol that was supposed to go on his left hand. In any of my bits, like everybody's fucking right-handed and fucking the Imperium. So
yeah, you're not wrong.
There's hardly any lefties. So all I did was I was able to find a Bit's hand that was kind of like hold it out like it was gonna cast a spell sometime. Since he's a librarian. Well, I've at least he's showing you the picture of it.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you mean. It's more open hand.
Yeah. So I've actually done like my base and highlight colors on it too. So I'll send you a picture of it.
I saw the backpack. It looked like the backpack was kind of finished up.
Yeah. So like everything is done there, but I don't know because like he was like showing me like, oh, like there's even like these few things are Mark VI armor, and I was like, those actually look kind of cool, and like the Mark V is just like like everything kind of put together. They kind of just were welding whatever they could. So for Mark V, you can have like fucking Mark III legs with a Mark IV torso and fucking a Mark II backpack. Like they were just trying to like put everything together that they could, because when the Mark V, Mark V came out of the actual Heresy. Yeah. So I was like, oh, that's cool. And then Mark VI happened, and then Mark VII is officially the 40K timeline. So yeah, I've been trying my hand at that kind of stuff, and I think more and more I'm going to see what I can do to make my army just a little bit more of my own.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I think we're about ready to wrap up, boys.
No glove, no love. Wrap it up.
Anything else you want to say?
No.
We'll touch on your
We'll touch you.
we'll touch on your White Scars love next episode if you swing by.
Yeah, we'll see if it's on the same days. Then yeah, the reason why I didn't come to the last one's because y'all did it on weekdays.
Yeah,
I worked weekdays.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm unemployed.
Well, we'll see what we can do about that now. Now maybe we can catch you in, on this little time where you're unemployed. Maybe we can turn it into a positive and get you here. But either way, that's gonna be it for this episode.
Episode 37.
35.
Whatever.
But we also have a comment. I almost forgot about this comment.
Oh, what does Trent say?
It's actually from one Mark A. Martinez 8081.
Fuck that guy.
He says, and I quote, that's attributed to John 2019. Which I'll applaud you for this episode. You actually didn't say it very often.
I tried not to.
I could see the fucking smoke from your fucking ears sometimes. When you're explaining the canned food drive, I was looking at you and I know you wanted to go
It's so hard.
But either way, that's it for this episode. And I guess like we say at the end of every episode,
See you in the warp.
see you in the warp.
I thought it was that Space Cowboy one.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want.
Bye.